Hello. Welcome to what is hopefully going to be a new type of series that I'm going to do where I'm ranking some of my favorite video game and movie and everything soundtracks. I'm going to start with what is going to be really hard for me, actually. This is like picking a favorite child, but sometimes needs to be done. Um, the Ace Attorney Pursuit themes. I love this series so much. I grew up playing all of them. Um, and the music is a huge inspiration to me. The you got the way it builds through the courtroom scenes, and you got the cross examination themes and the telling the truth themes. Each game has a slightly different take on it, but they're all definitely like the same type of compositions, which I think is a really cool type of thing that they do because they could just reuse the same soundtrack, but every game has a unique variation on all these melodies and stuff. And but some are better than others. And by far the most famous, of the Ace Attorney themes is probably the Pursuit themes or the Cornered themes, where you finally catch the killer, the bad guy, whatever, and they freak out and start tweaking on the stand and just incriminate themselves even more. But it somehow I eat that shit up every time. I eat it up every time. And let's just get into it. Let's start ranking. So first things first. We got and also thank you to 169 Tom. I'm gonna use their video of all these themes. We got first up. We got the original Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game, Pursuit Cornered. I mean, this needs no introduction. This needs no elaboration, in my opinion. It's just like there's no other option. This is the Pursuit theme. It lays the foundation for everyone that comes after it with the kind of syncopated intro. You got that it goes on throughout, like in the background, you hear it. But the chords, the driving bass that like slides around and builds tension, it's just a great track and a great melody too. Very intense, very epic, minor key. It's a pretty short loop, but it doesn't need to be any longer. It's an easy S tier, absolutely. I love that little boop. Yeah, right there. It's so good. But yeah, that's the first one. First one down. I think it might get a little messier later, but that's one I think we can all agree on. Now let's get into the Justice for All Pursuit Questioned. Right. Now this one. This one's good, man. All these are so good, right? However, I will say, the chord progression in this one is a little funky. It just kind of keeps sliding around these minor chords, kind of key changing. It key changes down a half step. Right here, which kind of is right here. Which is kind of a weird choice in my opinion. It makes it sound a little less triumphant and more just kind of like creepy almost. I don't know, but it's got all the elements that make a good Pursuit theme, right? You got the thing in the background, like that's like the ostinato, the repeated motif or whatever for this one. I will say though, it's just not as strong as a lot of the other ones. It like the melody's okay. It's it's just that kind of chord progression, and I think it's one of the shortest loops out of all of them. It's a great game, you know, it's used in some great moments, and it gets you hyped. But I think I'm gonna have to put this in C tier. Yeah, I'm sorry, Justice for All fans. Justice for All is a great soundtrack. But that's gonna be a C for me. It's gonna be a C. Alright, moving on. We got the Trials and Tribulations Pursuit Caught theme. Let's hear from the intros are very important. This is my favorite of the Ace Attorney games, by the way. I really like the intro in this one. Let's go back and listen to it again. I just like that. I like the pulsating bass. Like you hear it like fading in and out. This is a really good melody and chord progression. Like, very satisfying. Kind of a return to the original, the original cornered themes, chords and structure and stuff. But then you got this section which really switches it up. Da, 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 da. Blah, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. Blah, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da. It's that's a cool part. It like keeps shifting chromatically up, which is the opposite effect of what I was, you know, critiquing the Justice for All one for doing, which is modulating down. This one modulates up chromatically in a minor key, which is kind of makes it more hype, I think. It makes it more, feels like it's building up and gaining in intensity rather than falling, which I think is better for these types of themes. I will say, I think this section could use just like one more track. I know we had like limitations in the DS era for the sound fonts and soundtracks, but it just feels like there should be one more like counter melody or something. But it's still such an amazing track. I just feel like it doesn't quite reach its full potential, which is why I'm putting it in A, but it is definitely one of the most iconic Pursuit themes, and a very, very, very good one. Now, what's up next? I genuinely don't know. Oh yeah, we have well, I don't really have a spot for this on the tier list, but this shit is legendary. When it uses the old theme from Ace Attorney, but mixed from the first game, but mixed slightly differently with Mia and Phoenix. Ooh, so peak, so good. It's one of the best moments in the whole series, which is why I love Trials and Tribulations. Anyway, we got the Apollo Justice one, Overtaken. This one's kind of got like an electronic dance type feel, like it's all synth. You got the 4 on the floor, kick drum pattern, which is like for club music and stuff. I mean, you hear the production quality increase like dramatically from the original trilogy to Apollo Justice, of course. You know, it's like, I really like that melody too, though. It's a fantastic melody. I love this part. The mixing, the drums, you got that like cool drum break in the background. The stereo width is like much better. The warmth of the bass is mixed much better. This one gets me really hyped, honestly. I love the little string melody in the top here. Da, 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 da. Honestly, I'm putting this one definitely above the Trials and Tribulations for me. Probably top of A, maybe S. I might move it up, considering how I'm feeling with the other ones later. But right now, that's a solid A tier. Like amazing track. Amazing track. Now we got from Investigations 1, we got Lying Coldly. Got the piano to reflect on, Edgeworth's classiness. The strings, more acoustic type vibe. You got increased quality in the sound fonts in this era DS soundtracks for sure. Strings, piano, acoustic drum kit, electric bass. This one's really good. Da-da-da, da-da-da. I love this part. A little pause there. Super dramatic, super climactic. Almost feels like orchestral, kind of like. This moment's very epic. Da, 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 da. This is one of the longest ones too, I think. Like, it's still going. It hasn't looped yet, which I feel like is definitely worth some points. Key change. Da, 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 da. Quercus Alba, dude. What a motherfucker. Bro's his extraterritorial rights applied to. It was crazy. I mean, I believe that taking down a politician, though, would be very hard, and especially like Edgeworth got him in custody. He didn't even go to court once, and he got this man arrested, which is very impressive. Quite the feat. But. Dude, this one's so good. It's jazzy a little bit. It's got a lot of like beautiful chords. It feels very orchestrated. I think I'm gonna put it also in A. In between these two, I think it's a great introduction to Edgeworth. It reflects on him. It's a great theme. Okay, now we got this one. I love Investigations too. I love the fan localization. I love the fan translation. Great fucking story. And stands out among the Ace Attorney series as one of the more well thought out, well planned sequels for sure. Like, feels like it wraps up a lot of the loose ends in Investigations 1. It fleshes out Kay a lot. Fleshes out Francisca a lot, which is awesome. Gives you Edgeworth's dad and more Von Karma lore, and I love this guitar solo. I'm getting distracted. It's so good. Yeah, this one's fucking epic, man. I really like this one. Honestly, this intro reminds me of Jump by Van Halen, but that's irrelevant. This is S. This is S for me. Fucking top tier Ace Attorney game. If you haven't played the localization, the fan translation, play it. Great soundtrack. Okay. Now we got the Layton game. This is like just the one for in the tutorial case, so I'm not gonna really count it. But it's good. Now we got the original one, the Casting Magic. Very epic, very orchestral, very it's got the classic same rhythm as the first cornered theme, you know. Da 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 da, that syncopated type feel. Around the same tempo too. I like this part a lot. This part's very dramatic. Spooky organ. Fits the theme of a witch trial. It fits the vibe of a witch trial. Almost as like a tragic type of sound here. This one's way better than I remember. Timpani. Then it loops. It's like a seamless loop. That cymbal swell into the... Really good. I think, though, I'm gonna put it in B, even though it's was singing its praises so much. But I just think as a theme and as a, maybe it's just my bias. I wasn't crazy about the story of this game. It was so much fun playing it through, so surreal, like just for the crossover itself. But I don't know. I think the melody isn't as strong and just something feels a little lacking about it compared to the other ones. So I'm going to put it in B. Now we've got the Dual Destinies. Keep pressing on, or whatever. I hate that name. Keep pressing on. Everyone else is just one word, but Dual Destiny's got to be different. This one's good, though. Da, 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 da. I love the brass motif. I love this guitar solo. It reminds me of the one in Investigations. The bass is really good in this one. Very groovy bass line. Obviously, we have the whole production quality increase from the DS to the 3DS. Using pretty much like orchestral, high quality sounds. I love this part. This part's very exciting. This one's really good. This one's really good. Better than I remember. I like this variation with the little, like, kind of magic-y sounding orchestra hits. Ooh, those sparkly effects that they add. This is hard. Yeah, this one's really good. I'm gonna put it in at the bottom of A right now. But it's way better than I remember, actually. The melody's good, the production's good, it's catchy. This part's cool. I'm not the biggest Dual Destinies fan, but I'm not gonna deny this theme is lit. Alright, now we got my boy Naruhodo's theme from The Great Ace Attorney. Let's start from the beginning. The Great Turnabout. This only plays like 2 times in the first game, I remember. By the way, I did a cover of this one with the old Ace Attorney sound font. It's on my channel, so check it out. But yeah, this one's super epic. It gives similar vibes to the Professor Layton one, of course, because it's like old-timey kind of British orchestra thing. It's got some Japanese, old Japanese folk instruments too, though, to represent Naruhodo. Accordion is cool. It's groovy. Epic, like, brass kind of. Got a tambourine in the background, it sounds like. The accordion gives it a very European vibe. I love this part. You got the little castanets percussion. Yeah, this one's amazing. I mean, I know we're gonna have a lot in A. Maybe it's kind of a cop-out, but I think this is also an A tier for sure. That or high B. It's just better. I think it's better than the Dual Destinies one though, so I'm gonna put it also in A. Just a little bit. Now we got the Spirit of Justice one. Cornering Together. Let's go to the beginning again. Give it the intro. We got another synth brass sound. I think, for me, my problem with this one has always been this lead sound. I like the synth soundtrack. And you know, Ace Attorney has always had tracks with synth leads as the melody. But this one sounds kind of weak. It sounds kind of wimpy compared to, for what the theme should be, in my opinion. It's like very synth poppy, very like electronic, but it doesn't go as hard as even the Apollo Justice one, which is like way more electronic, but it's got like the... I like the synth bass in this one. It's a cool sound. Guitar. I like the drums here. Da, da, da. I like the chords here. Da, 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 da. Now we got the variation. Sounds pretty much the same. It's just this lead that's... feels like it should be stronger. Like, I wish it was, like... doubled with, like, strings or something. I mean, it is here, but... it's harmonized with strings. I don't know. It feels... and it feels so similar to the Justice for All one. I think I'm gonna put this in B below the Professor Layton one. Honestly, maybe C. I'm gonna put this one in C. Alright. Now we've got... oh, we just got the other, this one. Oh, this is like the bonus one. Now we got the Ace Attorney... Great Ace Attorney 2. One, which is a great game. I love the Great Ace Attorney 2. I mean, it's super similar to the previous one, but it feels more fleshed out. Da da da, da da da, da da da, and you can hear bits and pieces almost of like Phoenix's themes in his theme, which I think is awesome. Like the da 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 da. I feel like that's kind of reminds me like the Objection theme or something. Very epic. I just remember Herlock Sholmes doing his goofy-ass dance in the last case to this. I sat and watched that for, like, hologram Sherlock Holmes talking to the Queen of England, doing his dance. I watched that for, like, minutes when it came on the screen. So peak. So good. Dude, this one's long. Like, it goes into this variation, like... same rhythmic stuff as the original corner theme. Da, 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 da. So many of these themes use that syncopated motif. Da, 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 da. This one's pretty. This one's really good. I'd say for me, it's like exactly as good as its counterpoint, as its counterpart in the in Greatest Attorney Chronicles 1. I'd say it deserves to be right next to it. Now that being said, this concludes the list, but I will say I'm gonna do some thinking on number one. Should Apollo Justice Overtaken be an S tier, or should Keep Pressing On be in B tier? I love Keep Pressing On, but I'm gonna put it in B tier just to balance it out a bit more. Not because I don't like the track as much as these ones, but yeah, I don't like it as much as these ones. It feels a little more generic. Feels a little kind of cheesy with the sounds. I don't know. Ace Attorney's so cheesy though, so I can't even. And then I'm gonna keep this in A tier. It's such a good theme. It deserves to be at the front. But yeah, I think that this is my list. But thank you for watching. Let me know if you want me to do some more. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. I know that this is people probably have some passionate opinions in the small Ace Attorney fan base about these soundtracks. So yeah, let me know what you think, and peace out.